When you clinch, you have to always knee properly. Knee properly doesn't mean knee how you would knee in a fight, but you got to knee slightly modified for training, but they still have to be as close to a fight, as close to a knee that you would throw in a fight as possible without hurting your opponent. So I'll show you what definitely not to do, and this is super common mistake. Like the vast majority of people make their knees worse by training like this, so don't do this. So when you're kneeing, just going straight up, that's the worst thing. And a lot of people do that. You know, you'll see people clinching and they're just simulating. They're just walking and they're just doing this, right? And they're just getting good at doing shitty knees. It's not like it's gonna magically, one day they're gonna have, awesome sick knees. They're not even practicing it. They're just practicing doing stupid knees. So they're really good at stupid knees. That's what's gonna come out when they're not thinking. So you should never do that. There's no reason to ever do that. So now, when you knee, first make sure you're on the balls of your feet, because you're gonna use the floor to push off. So you wanna hear that slappy sound. So what I'm doing now is I lift and I turn my hip. You can even pivot your foot if you want. And think of it like a hook. I'm hitting with the soft part of my thigh. I don't have to hit with the bone. Later in a fight, I'll change it. I'll rotate the angle so the bone goes in. But to get the slappy sound, it's got to be loose. Your limb has to be loose, just like a kick. If I'm tense, I could be tense in my core, but if I'm tense in my limb, it's just going to thud. It's going to thud. If it thuds, that means too tense in the leg. If it's loose, you want that sound. And there'll be more of a slap when there's no t-shirt and if it's skin on skin. So that's a good indicator. So just remember that. Throw me a knee. Yeah. Another good rule of thumb, aim for the lats, because a lot of people, they'll hit too low. If you aim for the lat, if you get the lat, whatever, but you want to hit below the lat. But I find if you just aim for the lat, it doesn't matter. You're going to hit soft part of the body. That's the main thing. Yeah. And the reason you're practicing this rotation is because there's a few things I can do with that. I can knee like that. So wait, I'll see if I can knee like that, or I can throw knees like that. So that's another type of knee. But what I'm doing is I'll lift, and my bone is just cutting across. I'm just slicing it across his ribs. But the only difference is, of course, in a fight, I'll start here. It's not going to go through. I'm not going to cut him in half, but it's like an uppercut. Relax. So an uppercut. To fight, I follow through all the way up. But when I hit him, it just stops there. Boom. Because there's resistance. So to practice that knee that I'm talking about, sometimes I can go like that, just to simulate, to tell myself go all the way through, or I'll do that where I'm hooking it around. The main thing is I'm rotating. I'm getting that slap. That's telling my brain that's how I hit. Now when it comes to fight, you just rotate. So you see my knee? I just do that. And instead of going deep, I'll go a little bit closer to me. So instead of hitting with here, I hit with the bone. But that same twist goes through. Now, instead of waiting to a fight for me to do that and have zero practice, you do it on bags. You do it on pads. You can hold your pad holder, do those knees, or do it on bags, or do it in shadowboxing. But say bags is the most common place you'll do it, right? So bags is where you'll do it. So when you're doing the bags, yeah, I can pull that. Yeah. I'm putting the bone in. Yes. So that reminds me how it should be in a fight, and then I just modify it 20% for when I do it with a partner, but I'm still doing 80% of it right, instead of doing 1% right, which is just the walking up and down knees. So don't do those knees. If you do the front knees, So if I want to knee the front, firstly don't just stand here in a clinch, because we're both open. So I want to be close, and when I decide to knee, I'll pull back. Then I'll knee, boom, and then I'll come back close, so I don't give him his turn. So when I pull back, step back, and actually sometimes I'll push him forward a bit, create space. I just need to create space, because if I just do this, it's too weak. You can do that, and a lot of people do that, but it's too weak, so it's not going to hurt him enough. But if I go boop, and then pull him in, then pull him in at the same time, boom, then put that knee in. So when you train, just barely touch the t-shirt. Yeah. Pop, pop, pop. I don't need to break his ribs. Right? You can just pop. Yeah. But this one, definitely make a slap. This one, rotate. This one, pop, pop. And then the partner, when they come, you stay upright and you tense. So you just breathe out. So even if I hit you, yeah, tense, yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's how you knee.